Loy Krathong. It occurs on the full moon on the 12th lunar month. They give thanks to the water goddess and float little flower boats and candles in the river. Toon's going to take me out tonight, and we're going to see what that's like.
This video is basically a tale of two temples, or a tale of two Wats. We're going to be visiting Wat Nang Sao and Wat Tamai, and comparing the two. One's a lot larger than the other.
What's the name?
Loy Krathong.
Loy Krathong.
Yes, เทศกาล Loy Krathong.
Loy Krathong.
Yes.
We are on our way.
วัดท่าไม้
Wat Tamai.
Yes.
I don't know what am I.
วัดท่าไม้ name.
Wat Tamai.
Yes. วัด
That's
ท่า
like the temple.
Let's go.
Wat Tamai is the name of the temple.
And before we go to the temple, we have to buy a krathong.
Apparently, I didn't try to give her enough. She wanted more. Jane Jetson.
Seems to me they had a stall selling these things every couple of 100 meters. They were literally all over the place. So we stopped at one that one of her friends was running, and we bought a krathong there. You can see them as they make the things. The base is a banana stem, or the stem of a banana plant, and then they wrap them in leaves and orchids and flowers and candles and incense, and they float them in the river. It's a really good idea not to make them out of a styrofoam base, although you do see that on occasion. And the push recently is to make them out of those floating fish food. They look like little styrofoam peanuts, but they're made out of cornstarch, and they feed them to the fish. After all, they're going to be dumping several tons of these things into the water in one night. It's a really good idea that it be biodegradable. Toon noticed this minibus loaded up. They are apparently going to Wat Nang Sao.
I wish you could see this. It's too dark for the camera.
And if I'm being honest, just a little creepy at night. After you got past the entryway, it brightened up quite a bit, and it was very beautiful. And through this section you can hear monks chanting in the background. I hope that's not a violation of YouTube's terms of service. Later, there's going to be what I believe to be copyrighted music, and I'm going to have to mute the video. But Toon is going to entertain us with the what I assume is a children's song for Loy Krathong. It was being played over loudspeakers all over the place. It seemed like every stall that was set up had a little radio or Bluetooth player that was just cranking out this song. And now, as we approach the water, let's have a moment of respectful silence for Toon. So, after paying our respects at Wat Tamai, we headed a couple of kilometers down the road to Wat Nang Sao. Traffic was horrible. Finding a parking spot was troubling. The loudspeaker, people giving orders left and right. I mean, here, you can hear them. Later on, whenever we get next to the water, I had to mute it because of the audio again. But the guy, in my mind, yelling at people to get in and back off of the pier, hurry, hurry, rush, rush. It was not the solemn and respectful ambiance that the other temple had. This was chaotic. And I fully admit that I have problems with crowds. You get people pressed together shoulder to shoulder and I start hyperventilating. I just don't do well with that many people around me. And there was more than that many people around me at this place. And this is the line to get down to the water. This is also where the Loy Krathong song started becoming prominent, and I had to drop the audio. At the other temple, we had a line of one couple. Look at this. They got multiple lines and it's stretching back. And with the guy over the loudspeaker yelling at you all the time, it was not a pleasant experience. From the wiki, in 2016, Bangkok cleansed 6 tons of rubbish from the city's waterways on the day after Loy Krathong. The city governor said that 661,000 floats were collected from the Bangkok rivers. Of these, 617,000 were made of decomposable natural materials, while 44,000 were non-biodegradable styrofoam floats. And of course, while we were here, Toon wanted to get a bite to eat. The festival atmosphere was very exciting for her. She enjoys it. But to me, Wat Thami was much more enjoyable than Wat Nang Sao, because I don't enjoy that festival atmosphere as much as she does. So we headed home, end of the night, and I hope you enjoyed this and that you tune in to Tune in Thailand. Remember clicking past all those YouTube ads? YouTube makes money on those. The content creators don't, unless you subscribe.